Hello there, everybody. Welcome to what could be our finale of the series today, depending on how things go. Either they're going to go great and we'll get both battles done quickly enough that we get one video out of this. If they don't go well, this might be two videos or more. So we have made it to the last two fights of the game. That they are the two hardest fights in this particular story. So we'll see how it goes. Still not 100% over the illness I've been going through these last few videos, but feeling a lot better. I'm definitely on the close to being done with it side. But yeah, let's see here. Rest. Just have everyone rest during this last part. Instruct. Awesome. Setteth. I think we did finally get him to go to a new class, right? Last episode, there's been enough time between episodes, I'm not entirely sure I remember what we did.
Come, we'll manage. Look at our excellent results.
Don't worry about it. All right, rest. We're just going to do automatically for this.
We completed our...
You know what? If he's not advanced, I probably should have been using this time to do that. I'm going to check. I think we did get him to level up, so to say, but let's check. Yep, okay. All right. We just need to rest one more time and our sword will be fully charged. Well, shoot, didn't mean to go to a tea party, but we're in a tea party with Claude. All right.
I'm happy to have this.
Mint leaves, sure. Yeah, I bet you are, Claude.
The taste of relaxation.
Sure. Right. Dreamy nights. Yeah, sure. Counting on you. Right. Okay. Gardening mishaps and outward tricks. Cool.
Do you really have time for this? I know how busy you are.
Sure.
You think?
That wasn't it.
I'm afraid I've stayed too long. Thanks for the tea. Let's plan to do this again sometime.
Probably not, but all right, Claude. That's so funny. Clicked on that by accident because I was in a rush.
Can't argue with
All right, one more rest ought to do it, and then we get into the real reason we're here, the battles. Here we go with our 3-man army. I don't care what difficulty we're on. We have 3 men in our army. It's going to be a challenge regardless.
Relying on a map entrusted to them by Hubert, the Alliance army sets their sights on the base belonging to those who slither in the dark. Beyond its entrance, they are met by a sprawling underground city.
What is this place? It's way too creepy. I can't believe something like this exists so close to my territory.
It's like an underground city. I've never seen buildings like these before.
It's like an ancient ruin. And not just because it's old. It's hard to explain.
In any case, it seems like we need to go deeper. Let's look around and see if we can find some stairs.
No. It is simply, we must defeat those who slither in the dark, no matter what happens. But my conjecture is correct. The one who they will wish to kill the most. Is you, dear child.
Sorry, guys, had to pause for a second, but we're back now.
They are aware that you can use the sword of the Creator. Your body houses the same power they once bestowed upon Nemesis. That is why I fear for you. Perhaps. Please forgive my errant thoughts. Once this battle is over, I will explain everything. I will tell you all I know about who you really are.
Alrighty, anyway. Let's get going. Sure thing. It's not like we're using the money for anything else right now. Inventory. Where's Claude? In a far corner. And let me guess, I'm stuck in this corner, so I can't move over there. Well, I guess I'm going to put my 2 flyers together. Because that seems to have worked pretty much so far. All right. Here we go.
For thousands of years, we have existed underground, living on only that we might someday see our vengeance realized. Here and now, that vengeance is finally within our grasp. There is but one thing left to do. Destroy them! Damn those who stand with that arrogant goddess to oblivion, away from the world of the living! Now is
Friendly
the
guy.
time. Remove the binding spell of Titanus. Let their metal bodies be drenched in blood.
Hey, what are those big things?
Demonic beasts? No, I think not. They appear to have no will of their own. Someone must be controlling them.
Initiate all that remain. We must advance our preparations.
All right. Well, first things first. Marking the area they cover. Are there any bow and arrow, like archers? If there's no archers, that would do me a huge solid. There's one archer here. That's it. Okay, sweet. All right, let's see. My way in, it looks like, are the stairways. So I'm going to go toward the stairway. They can fly, so they probably don't need to go by the stairway. Nope, they're still going to make us go by that. Okay. So we go all the way over there, or come all the way down there.
Guide me well.
Seth can reach this guy, so he'll be on the attack. Less than 50% chance to hit me, and hit me on the first try. Sounds about right. Alright, increase our luck stat. %38 chance to hit me. There's a miss. There we go. Fine. We'll get rid of this one concoction. Yep, I'm gonna need a door key. Okay, so it is only from this side. Okay. At least it's not going to be real hard to regroup and get my 3 together.
It won't be in vain.
Oh, am I going to need a door key after all over here? That's funny. Although, again, I'm a trickster, so... yeah. Alright, here we go.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Would have been nice to get the crit on the first turn, so that was one less use of the sword, but alright.
This can activate it. Increase output gradually, depending on the amount of magical energy charged. I don't care if we destroy Shambhala, so long as our goals are fulfilled.
One damage. Wow, that hurt a lot.
Here is something to believe in. Another victory.
Much better getting the crit on the first turn. All right, all right.
It's over.
All right, that guy's
Could
dead.
turn the tides. Here is something to
All right,
believe
same
in.
here.
I must lead them well.
All right, all right. We're close to the door already. Two misses. Great job.
Too easy.
Be great if I could get through this thing without having to fight any of those giant robots. That would be something.
Watch and learn.
Alrighty.
Piece of cake. Strategy in motion.
Nice job, Claude, taking out that guy. All right. And there we go, Seth. If I actually make it through this fight without fighting the robots, I think that'd be the first time I've ever made it through without having to engage them. Of course, like I said, I usually have a bigger army, so I try to take everyone out.
You shall not survive. You defeat me? Left.
Alright, we didn't really need the crit there, but I'll take it. Oh, they added one. There we go. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever made it through without engaging one. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? He can attack anywhere, huh? That's not great. So in other words, we don't want to tick them off until we absolutely have to. All right, good. They missed. All right, another crit that we didn't really need, but I'll take it.
Fine work.
All right, lucky that that missed. try to take out the big bad guy this next turn if we get lucky enough that he doesn't attack us here.
I'll have to be clever.
Oh, never mind. We're going to have to take out a lot of these guys first, it looks like.
All is going to plan. I must pull through.
Dang it, that was the time for a critical hit if we were going to get one.
Allow me to demonstrate.
It won't be in vain.
A predictable success.
Alright, let's just heal Seth here. Let him be robot bait. Alright, Claude, take out that guy.
You got yourself killed. I can't.
Good dodging, Seth.
Destiny unfurled.
Alright. You can just get me to dodge these robot attacks. We should be good to go to attack the commander this next turn.
Seems someone is trying to remove something. We better capture them first.
Here is something to believe in.
I don't care what they're trying to move. It says beat the commander, so I'm going to worry about beating the commander. Pretty sure, right? Yep, defeat the commander. Could care less about the other thing.
So you have shown yourself, Fellstar. Or should I say, Sothis. I will spill every drop of blood in your body to fulfill the long-standing goal of the Agarthans.
Okay.
It's over.
Not if we get a crit on the first attack. Alright, I made that level look a lot easier than it has been in the past for me. Heck yeah. Alright.
You will never get to enjoy your victory.
It can't be.
For all Agarthans, let there be light!
So, we're in trouble. He looks pretty dead to me. The bad guy. All right. And that would be our final fight, waking up. The guy at the beginning of the game that had our Sword of the Creator. And the Crest of Flames and all that stuff.
Take her to her room, now.
All we can do now is pray.
Remember when this place was taken 5 years ago and a pure white beast appeared on the battlefield? I only caught a glimpse of it, but I didn't understand where it came from. There were rumors that the goddess sent it to protect the monastery. But now I know better. That beast was Rhea. Did you know Rhea's true identity? I once showed you a picture of a creature known as the Immaculate One. Sedith confiscated it, saying it must have been one of Tomas's personal possessions. The beast that appeared back then looked just like it. So Rhea is the Immaculate One. The book said that it was a servant of the goddess, but wouldn't it make sense if beasts like that are actually children of the goddess? Rhea is in a grim state right now. It's possible she may not make it, but we have things we must ask her about. Once things calm down a little, let's go and see Rhea. Together. The truth can't be delayed any longer.
All right. Well, I didn't expect to have that level done in under a half hour. Like, I'll be honest there. So, this last video
Verdant
maybe won't be
wind.
as long as I was worried about.
Verdant rain moon. Fodlan's new dawn.
Of course, I say that. We'll see how this last battle goes.
With the destruction of Shambhala, the ambitions of those who slither in the dark are forever shattered. However, Rhea has suffered grievous injuries in the process. Yet, certain mysteries remain unsolved, so Claude and the others approach Rhea, who is now confined to her room due to her wounds.
I am happy to see you two.
Sorry to interrupt your rest. But there are some things that we absolutely must ask you.
I think we might be out of sync. Quick check here. Yep, we're out of sync. Okay, hang on a sec, everybody, while I get that fixed up. That happens at the Elgato sometimes.
It seems I do
Much
not
better.
have much time left. I do not intend to hide anything any longer.
Rhea, I have to ask. You're the Immaculate One, aren't you? If what I'm thinking is correct, that's what the Children of the Goddess is referring to. In other words, you...
I am the last child of the progenitor god. A long time ago, the progenitor god came from somewhere far away and descended upon this continent. She changed her form to resemble that of a human and gave her own blood to birth her children. The progenitor god and her children shared knowledge and skills with the people of the land. Together, they built a prosperous civilization. But the humans turned their backs on the teachings of the progenitor god.
Sounds
and
about right.
engaged in senseless wars.
Also sounds about right.
Eventually, people began to think of themselves as gods and challenged the progenitor god herself to battle.
I mean, all of that sounds like human nature, so can't really disagree with the thought of any of that happening. I mean, it's like, oh, humanity, you won't do anything terrible with any of this knowledge or anything, right? Right?
The land was scorched in the war that ensued, and the majority of humans were annihilated. I believe that those who slither in the dark are the descendants of those who retreated beneath the ground during that time.
So they'd been waiting all that time for their chance at revenge.
It took the progenitor god an astonishing amount of time to revive the ravaged world. But eventually, the continent found peace again, and the progenitor god, having fulfilled her duty, fell into a long slumber in the holy tomb. The children who stayed behind built a settlement in Xanadu to protect the holy tomb as they quietly lived out their lives. But then, Nemesis appeared, bringing tragedy along with him. Even now, I cannot forget the sight of that massive canyon painted red with blood. I was never able to forgive those who proudly wielded weapons crafted from the corpses of my brethren. I was the only survivor of Xanadu, and all I could do was wander across Fodlan, clinging to my desperate desire for revenge. I called myself Seros, fostered the founding of the Empire, and prepared to oppose Nemesis and his followers.
Unbelievable.
I put Xanadu behind me to gather the remaining children who were scattered across Fodlan. Finally, we killed Nemesis on the Tailteen Plains, and I took back the Sword of the Creator.
Let me get this straight. Saint Seros is you? You're kidding me, right?
Professor, Claude, there's something you need to hear right away.
If you have something to report, do so at once. There's no need to let my presence worry you.
As you wish. We're receiving a constant stream of express messengers from cities to the east. They claim that an unidentified military force is attacking, and that there have already been a large number of casualties.
What?
The reports indicate that the cities and towns along the East Gronder thoroughfare in the Old Hrim territory have already been destroyed. Some villages were razed completely, leaving no survivors.
Damn it! Did they come from Shambhala? Could it be that there were some remnants of that wicked group hiding there?
I have a report. The unidentified military force has crossed the Great Bridge of Murden. Alliance forces met them in battle, but it seems they have already broken through.
They've already made it so far. Is Count Gloucester unharmed?
The Count is fine, but apparently my brother joined with reinforcements and was gravely injured.
Do you mean to tell me they easily got past a general as skilled as Holst?
They say the enemy general has a weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. Even my brother was powerless to stop him.
That's not possible.
The enemy forces are flying a banner bearing the crest of flames as they continue their march west along the Aramid River.
We believe they're marching toward Garreg Mach. We are preparing to meet them in battle.
A weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator, and banner bearing the crest of flames. There is only one explanation. The one leading the enemy force is Nemesis himself.
Nemesis? That Nemesis? Do you really think the ancient king of liberation has been brought back to life?
Perhaps the seal was broken when Shambhala fell. An incredible power that we children cannot hope to match dwells within the blood of the progenitor god. Nemesis obtained that blood, so it would not surprise me if that were the case.
The blood of the progenitor god. That's right. He did take the remains from the holy tomb, didn't he?
From the blood of the progenitor god, Sothis, he acquired the Crest of Flames. From her bones and heart, he crafted the Sword of the Creator.
The sword of the Creator is made from her bones and heart?
The heart of Sothis is the crest stone that was placed in the Sword of the Creator. The same is true of the crests of the 10 elites and the other crest stones. They were born of the blood and hearts of the progenitor god's children. Those who slither in the dark created them, stole them. Sothis never gifted that power to the humans.
The crests of the 10 elites, the crest stones, and the hero's relics. I can't believe those who slither in the dark made them all. And after that, Nemesis used the Sword of the Creator to massacre all of the progenitor god's children in Xanadu. In other words, the citizens of Xanadu were killed by weapons made from the remains of their brethren. How atrocious. But I don't get it. The Sword of the Creator that Teach wields doesn't have a crest stone. So how is Teach able to wield its full power?
The crest stone of the progenitor god dwells within your professor. After I battled with Nemesis as Saint Seros, I reclaimed the heart of Sothis. I wanted to use that heart to resurrect her, even though I had to do some questionable things to achieve that goal. I wished to see Sothis, my mother, once more. Yes, I believed that if I could resurrect my mother, I could regain all that had been lost.
So, that's the truth of it.
I suspected that your body housed the consciousness of Sothis. Those suspicions were correct. And yet, she merely gave you her power and vanished. My dearest wish did not come true. But you did inherit the power of the progenitor god. Now, you must use that power to defeat Nemesis once and for all.
Okay.
Fodlan's blood-stained history must end.
Okay. Okie dokie then. Definitely gonna need to charge up that sword. Yeah, the Nemesis army is very strong, so it's gonna this will be harder than the last fight, I'm sure. Even if it is just beat the commander. Getting to him will be tough. I mean, this might literally be like a 75 versus 3 or 50 versus 3, whatever it is, battle. So this will be tough.
We completed.
Alrighty.
We did okay.
All right, I think we're just about ready to fight.
Look at our excellent results.
All right, let's do one more save here. So something go. All right, we've had another desync. Let's hope we're not going to have too many of those during this last part. All righty. One more rest.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Well, I can't really pick anyone else, can I? It's either no one or her, I guess. I'm not really one for going the Sothis path, but the only other options are Claude and Sedith, so yeah, we're gonna get. Oh man, that is good though, because I wasn't sure if I remembered to grab the ring or not. It's nice to know that if someone would have made it this long, that would have been an option. I know my original run through, I think I married Leonie.
A military force bearing the
I don't think I
crest of
bothered to
flames
marry
on its
anyone
banner
else in the other playthroughs.
marches west to Garrigmach from Shambhala, attacking nearby cities along the way. Rhea informs the Alliance that the enemy's general is none other than the ancient Fell King Nemesis. And so, the Alliance army prepares for their final battle, hoping to put an end to Fodlan's blood-stained history.
Here we go.
What's the plan, my friend? I thought
Nice
you'd say
plan.
that. Then of course, I'll be joining you. What about the rest of you? Our enemy is a monster of legend. As always, there's not a shred of proof that we can win.
I'm in. I need to get back at him for hurting my brother. I'm not going to let him get away with it.
Look at how reliable you kids have become. You've trained them well, Professor. This Nemesis guy should be arriving soon. Is everyone ready?
It's finally time. That's right. I'm confident we have what it takes to win. Let's defeat this dusty old king of liberation and put an end to this history of lies. Once we've done that, there'll be nothing holding us back. A new and brighter age will begin. Let's go, my friend. Fodlan's new dawn awaits.
All right, where are we on the map? Do we at least get to start together? We sure do. But there's a lot. All right. Everyone needs to definitely have a lot of healing here. Actually, is there another iron lance? All right, here we go. Okay, defeat the commander.
Nemesis is here, and with more soldiers than expected.
Yep.
A swamp, huh? But there's something about it. It looks odd somehow.
Can't breathe. You should not have done that. Be careful. The water is poisonous to the living.
Looks like we better not get near that swamp. Try to avoid it during the fight.
Of course they have a monster helping them out.
What's my strategy? Here is something to believe in.
Yeah, try to fight with the lance for the time being. Conserve our sword for when we get closer to the guy.
Guide me well.
At the ready.
Sure.
So close.
Saros, I will kill you. Do not get in my way.
So that's Nemesis. You're a crusty old bastard, you know that?
All those who stand in my way will be destroyed.
Huh? I think they've got some sort of magical link with Nemesis. Not sure, but we'd better take out his 10 commanders before taking him on.
I won't allow it.
Either way, there's only 3 of us, so we're going to be grouping together. It also, well, I guess they can fly, so they could go in the swamp even if I couldn't. I was going to say 59% chance of a critical hit. We better get one.
Hey, look at you. 9 more commanders remaining. We just killed number 10. These can't be the 10 elites, can they? Nah, not likely.
Well, Claude, about that. Nice job, Seth.
I can.
Hold a grudge if you must. A fitting outcome. Too easy.
Predictable. Here is something to believe in. This could turn the tides.
Oh, boy.
I'm
in motion. I fought and won.
All right, nice job, Claude. Oh. No, that's not great. This is not good. Not good timing on that.
Sorry.
All right, we're going to do that. That's something I should have checked before the fight. My bad. Gosh. 26, huh?
So close. It's over.
I must lead them well. Watch and learn. No hesitation.
If we can keep getting critical hits, we will knock them out each time we fight. I guess not knock them out. I played too much Pokemon. We will defeat them every fight.
Destiny unfurls.
It's over.
Another victory.
All right, there's one down. Another one down.
Look! The swamp cleared!
Ah. Okay.
Hold a grudge if you must.
Oh, we get a crit when we don't need
We're
it.
all
Thanks,
desperate,
game.
aren't we? Judgment is passed.
Lament your weakness.
Nice. All right, Sedith. Doing some work here in the final battle. All right, wait for them to come to us. Nice job, Sedith.
Left.
Here is something to believe in.
Nice job, Claude.
More.
Well, we're doing better than I thought we'd be doing so far.
Pointless.
You shall not survive.
Destiny unfurls.
All right, good miss.
It won't be in vain.
All right, that thing's out of the way now.
There is. Strategy in motion.
Really, he had an 18% chance to hit us, and he hit us.
Sorry, but I must.
I mean, at least we got the crit, but still. All right, we got lucky there. Works out.
Too easy.
As I say, not really concerned there. Okay, that accomplished a lot, I guess. Not really, but
My moment has arrived.
nice job, Claude.
It's over.
This could turn the tides.
All right, looking good.
So close.
Come on, stop on that. There we go.
Too easy.
Hold a grudge if you must.
We don't have to waste any of our concoctions if we're getting healed by these spaces. Nine 9% chance to hit us there. I like that guy attacking me.
Watch and learn.
8% chance there. Yeah, I never pieced it together when I played through the game before, but those, all of the houses for the royals and such are named after the commanders here. Like Gloucester being House Gloucester or whatever. It's rather interesting there.
I'm that.
No hesitation! I must lead them well.
A predictable success.
All right, all right.
Piece of cake.
All right, Claude's gonna take out this guy.
I won't allow it.
All right, we're kicking butt right now and taking names.
Too easy.
This fight so far seems a lot easier than I remember it being.
So
Maybe I
close.
tried to go through the poison water or something in the past. I don't remember it being this easy that we could go through it with 3 people.
Just a hindrance. Destiny unfurls.
All right.
Allow me to demonstrate.
You say I need to save the sword for fighting
It
Nemesis.
won't be in vain.
Yikes. Good thing Sedith had a whole lot of health.
Too easy. It took some doing, but now's our chance to face off against Nemesis.
After we heal up some.
Piece of cake. Lead now. I fought and won.
Alrighty, alrighty.
Here is something to believe in. This could.
Well, we
turn
didn't really need the
tides.
critical hit there, but alright.
Not.
Good job to dodge one of those, Sedith. Dodge 2 of them, alright. Well, that worked out well.
fitting outcome. And that...
Alright, heal up. Get this Joker out of the way. And then we can start our assault.
It's over. Yeah! Another victory.
Exemplary.
So he can attack me from any range, huh? Huh. Not sure how we're going to be able to do anything to him. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this guy real quick while I think about what I'm doing.
I fought and won. Thanks.
Just makes me wonder if there's anything more I can do here. If I get him to move off of that, that would be great.
Feeble creature, prepare to die!
Maybe if we interact with him here, it'll get him to move. But we can heal up to keep ourselves from like dying immediately.
Strategy in motion.
3% chance of critical hit when we got a critical hit. Way to go, Claude. Alright, I was going to say, it showed the crest, so we were attacking. Good. He gets out of there unscathed.
Thanks for that.
Come on, he got 33 back. All right. Nothing. Okay, I was hoping maybe I could work with that. At least he doesn't seem to be getting many critical hits against Claude.
I have faith.
His hit is only a 57.
That sword, you bear the crest of flames, just as I do.
Yep. Dang it, that would have been a good time for a crit. We didn't get it, but at least he didn't get to attack us. Alright, we've lost Sedith, but no offense, he was the expendable one.
No hesitation.
There we go, could use that. And a dodge, that's also very good. Okay. Of course he hit us.
I'm hurt, but I'm with you.
Oh, come on. It went to 100? Well, we'll have to rewind, unfortunately, for that. I mean, seriously, though. Like, come on. Whoa, how far back does it think I want to go?
At the ready. It's over.
All right, all right.
I may not survive.
Only one of the sword left, huh? Dang it.
What's my strategy?
I guess do that.
Thanks for that. At the ready. Hold a grudge if you must.
All right, 3% chance at a critical hit. I'll take that.
Sorry.
So we get him down to 69.
No hesitation.
Okay, we got the crit we needed. Takes him down to 42. So that gets him to 12. If we do this, we get him to 8. We get hurt kind of bad no matter what. We're going to go for getting him low. I was hoping he would miss. He did not. All right, at least we survived this time. Dang it, no critical hit. We've got him at 10, though, if we can just get another good hit on him. All right, we did it. We only had to turn back time like, what, 2-3 times? But we actually did it. No game over here. I don't know about that. I feel like Claude was our MVP.
We're almost done. Let's go, my friend.
I mean, this is literally what the fight was. It's just the two of us versus him at the end.
Tough talk from the guy who's lived too long. Allow me to fix that!
You are all pathetic weaklings. You lack the courage to challenge me in lone combat.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us. To reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
Great job, Claude. Way to go, buddy. We did it! Teamwork!
Future historians will refer to this day as the new dawn of Fodlan. Of that, I have no doubt.
Yay!
It's up to you now, Teach. As for my path...
We did it! Another unfinished series checked off the list.
A rising flame was alight as the flow of time carved a new history for Fodlan. The ambitions of the fell king Nemesis were crushed, averting what could have been the greatest crisis in the history of Fodlan. After 5.5 years of war, a new age was set to begin. Country, faith, history, all that had once formed the order of the world was wiped clean. The heroes whose very hands saved Fodlan from a dark fate commenced with the building of a new society. The leaders of this new, unified Fodlan began their walk down a seemingly endless path, one towards a world that would cherish differences in race and belief, one where all life would be valued equally. Those leaders clung to the hope that their path would not end with Fodlan, that it would someday span the seas to Dagda and beyond the throat to Elmira.
Cool.
Complain. What is it now?
Oh, this is because we picked her as the love interest or whatever. Again, not my first choice by a lot, but we literally were presented with her or nothing, so happier ending is to end up with somebody.
Just standing there and acting nonchalant. Have you already forgotten about me?
You said you were going to vanish.
I would always be with you. But perhaps you would have preferred it if I had vanished without a trace.
But granted, if she's always going to be with us, that it makes sense.
You were alone. And so I chose to come back to this world to stay with you.
I was doing okay. I'll say I was lonely.
I know. Keep back your tears. You have me now. And I must say that you have done quite well. Of course you have. I chose to join our souls because I have great faith in you. And yet I must admit I did not know you would achieve so much. To think you could have died so early on.
Gee, thanks.
Well, who can say? My memory is faint. But all is well that ends so well. Is that not what they say? Huh? What is that thing? A ring, of course, but I must ask, for whom?
My pocket.
I see. Or, no, I take it back. You are not making any sense. Could it be that my own feelings were somehow influential? But when I think about it like that, I can't help but feel that I'm so in love, I should make an eternal vow.
Wow, okay, that escalated fast.
What? Oh, were you eavesdropping? Oh, fine. I shall admit, I do. I love you deeply.
Okay, well, again, that happened quick.
Ours is a love without an end. And so, I guess I shall accept that ring of yours. Indeed, it's only right, for you and I are joined within our souls.
I mean, again, yeah, like, if she's always going to be there, it makes sense anyway from that standpoint. But it's funny that, again, that was our only choice. Yeah.
And that is much the same as marriage, don't you think? The stone within your chest is little more than decoration now. That means it is within your very soul that I exist. And so, whatever are you waiting for?
That is true. We can't really put it on her finger, can we?
Just wear it on your own finger. Our love is all that matters, not a ring.
All right, put it on our own finger,
The two
huh?
of us are one, for now and ever. I hope you are aware of that. In sickness and in health, and come what may, I shall be deep within your heart. I love you, and I can feel the warmth of love from you as well.
Oh, yeah, so many options there. Thanks, game.
You can no longer hide a thing from me.
Oh, we get a cutscene artwork for that. Cool.
The day you die, I'll follow you. We shall journey as one until the end of time. I never tire of being around you. Since we could not trade words for far too long, I have much that I wish to say to you. I know just where to start. Do you recall what we spoke of before? I had told you not to let your guard down. Honestly, I adore you, but you can be so childish.
I think that's the end of it, I guess. I had never married Sothis before, so that was all new to me. Yay, oh, that's right. There would be credit music playing normally, but we have the music off because of copyright. Yeah, Leone there on the second one. That's who I married the one time I did marry someone. I've played through a couple times, and the other times I either forgot to pick up the ring or something, and just for whatever reason, only married someone once. But yeah, I'm excited to have this done. I've been really wanting to finish it since I stopped halfway through before, so making some good progress here. Since this recording, Man Eater should have gone up by now, so we've gotten 2 of the unfinished series completed. We just have Hang Time, Hollow Cure, and NHL Expansion. Honestly, Hollow Cure will probably be the last of those 3. I really, really enjoy that game, but I haven't beaten any of the some of the levels off camera yet, let alone on camera. So I need to grind and get some upgrades before we do more in that. So probably be Hang Time or Expansion being the NHL Expansion being the next thing that I finish. I need to update current series too, because I'm going to do Final Fantasy 13 and probably one other game. There's a couple good options for that other game. I haven't decided if it's going to be Octopath 2, one of the Xenoblade games, or Kill la Kill. You get the idea. There's going to be something else good in there. But yeah, we crossed another one off the list. I really enjoy Fire Emblem. Hey, maybe it'll even be Fire Emblem Engage. I have not played through it yet. I bought that game, but something else happened, came out at the time I got it, so I just never got around to it. Maybe that'll be the other one I play. But now we get to see a recap of all the characters that we lost. I mean, if they're dead, do we really need to... Victories is just where they got the KOs. So for example, there were 16 times he battled and he either lost or somebody else got the KO. So that's how you judge that. The victories is just when they had delivered the killing blow. That was pretty good. Almost a 50% ratio there with Lysithea. It's a shame I lost her at the point that we did. Of course, Leone is one I usually rely on quite a bit. Sedith with a really good record before he died there at the very end. Claude, not quite 50%, but 119 kills. Pretty darn good. Claude actually did more battling than us. I mean, we had more kills, but he did more battles than us. Leaving me to ascend the throne as the first leader of the United Kingdom of Fodlan. As he took his schemes and dreams and efforts to a far-off land, he hoped dearly that there did whatever. Okay, and we married Sothis, apparently, which is kind of like marrying ourselves. But yeah. All right. We finished our playthrough as the Golden Deer. I'm not going to play through all the different stories, but we did get the Golden Deer playthrough, which I wanted to play through as the Golden Deer, because even though I've played through all 3 stories and the DLC, the Golden Deer was the first one I chose when I got the game, and it was the one I was most excited to play through. So I figured it was only fitting that for YouTube, we'd play through the same one that we played through before. So yeah, very, very happy with how things turned out. I've got, I think, 150 or 160 hours in this game, because again, they don't count. That timer you saw, the 146 hours, that doesn't count deaths. So, yeah. So, yay, we got Fire Emblem Three Houses done. As you can see, I got a couple Xenoblade games that I'm going to be eager to play through here soon. So, I don't know how many, if both will end up on YouTube, one on YouTube, or all of it just played off screen, but excited to play that too. But yeah, that was Fire Emblem Three Houses, one of my favorite Fire Emblem games. Honestly, thinking about Fire Emblem, I've played Sacred Stones. That was my introduction to the series. Awakening was the first one that I played through multiple times. Fire Emblem Fates, where again, kind of like Three Houses, you're encouraged to play through multiple times and see the different perspectives. Fire Emblem Echoes, Fire Emblem Three Houses. So we've played through 5 Fire Emblem games essentially, and I do own Engage. I just haven't played through it yet. If I was gonna rank them, I'd either have Awakening 1 and Three Houses second, or Three Houses 1 and Awakening second. That's not a shot at any of the other ones I've played. I have not played a bad Fire Emblem game yet. Awakening was a game I found and enjoyed during a hard time of my life, so it's always going to have sort of a bias and be up near the top anyway. And again, Fire Emblem Three Houses is just so good. None of them are bad games. It's one of those situations, kind of like my Pokemon video I made where I ranked all my Pokemon games, where last place for me in Pokemon is like an 8 out of 10. Like, I mean, none of those Fire Emblem games I listed are bad. But yeah, if you guys liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you next time with something else. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.